Hey friends, Catherine here. Today I'm going to be showing you the gluing of the text block which we sewed last time we did a bookbinding episode. We have got that text block. It is all sewed and ready to go, and we have got our cover pages that we decided that we wanted to use and set aside. If you have a solid cover page, or if you have a double side printed cover page and you have a particular, and it's printed the same both sides, you don't have to worry about this. But if you have a particular print you want to show, or a single printed side cover page, you will want the print that you want to end up with on the inside of the fold. So we've got one for the front and one for the back. And we have got them lined up on the front and back of our text block. And now we're going to put them in my homemade book press. Book presses are actually fairly simple to make. There are a bunch of different versions out there that you can make. Some of them use like cutting boards and bolts. Some of them are fancier than that. I use a pair of ceramic tiles and a pair of clamps. These tiles are 12 by 12, so I could do up to a 12 by 12 book in between these two before it got too big. Not doing that today, obviously, but don't need to either. Don't have to use up the full space of it. But what I am going to do is take one of these and set it back for a moment, and then line up my text block with the two cover pages to the edge of my tile. You would do it to the edge of your book press, whatever you're using. And then I'm going to set my other tile on top at the edge. Just doing it by feel. The idea is to crush the edge of the binding as small as possible. So I'm going to have to pick it up and hold it, hopefully keeping everything straight, and then get my clamps around it, which might not be the easiest thing to do with only one hand, but we'll see how it goes. Go. And that should do it as far as clamping it goes. That's going to be as crushed as that's going to get, I think. So we can't tighten it just a little bit more. I have tightened these far enough that I cracked one of these tiles once. So, you know, be aware that that can happen if you decide to go with tiles. Just be gentle and slow with it, but you do want to get it tight. There we go. All right, so that is crushed down much further than it was when we started. And now what we're going to do is take a bottle of PVA glue. I like Eileen's tacky glue, but you use whatever your favorite PVA glue is, and just slather that along the binding. Get a good healthy portion of it on there. And then with whatever brush you like, I like a sponge brush because I can throw it away afterward and I don't mind tossing it. Spread that around and make sure that you get a nice thick coating all the way from one side to the other. There we go. All the way along. And like I said, from one side to the other. Not just from end to end, but from side to side too. You want that to really develop a good coat, because when we release this from the clamps and the tiles, we want it to stay crushed down. It'll make a nicer book if the pages are more adhered to one another and are in a slimmer profile. So we want a good, strong layer of glue to hold everything together. Go. Just, there we are. All right, now I'm gonna give this a full 24 hours to dry. So it'll be a day for me, but it'll be just a second for you. And we will move on to the next step of this process, which is just to reinforce this spine with some binding tape now that it'll have been glued, so that it just has that little bit of extra reinforcement. You could also use like a strip of canvas. I just don't happen to have any stripped canvas right now, and I don't particularly feel like cutting apart one of my stretched canvas frames in order to get some strips of canvas. So, see you guys all in a second. Hey friends, alright, it has been 24 hours and we are ready to release the Kraken! I mean the text block from its confines, from inside of the press. It is all dry and we are going to release it and see how we did. Hopefully not too terribly. Let's see if I can't get it to let go. Okay. All right. Here we are, one side clear. And other side kind of stuck on. Let's see if we can't just lightly peel it off. There we have it. Okay. And that is it. Our text block all glued flat and crushed. Look, the pages at this end now open wider than the pages at this end, in spite of this being the side with all of the folds, which is perfect, exactly what we want to see. Let's grab a bit of binding tape. I say binding tape like it isn't just duct tape. Any woven tape will do. You just want something with a bit of strength and like flexibility and durability in it. And duct tape is perfect for that. And then we want it to be just shorter than our text block because we don't want it to show from the outside. So like there-ish, sort of. There we go. And then just tilt it up and put it on kind of in the center. And this will serve two purposes. It will back up the binding so that just in case the glue gives out, it will still have the tape holding it. And it will give an extra layer of security for those cover pages that we attached on because we didn't sew them on. I could have sewed them on, I just didn't. They would sew on exactly like a signature would, but there we have it. Our text block done and ready for its cover. That will be the next video, you guys. So I'll show you the making of the cover. We are going to be using pineapple paper that matches this paper to cover the cover. So it will be a pineapple book. And I think we'll be able to get the full cover out of one 12 by 12. Oh yeah, we definitely will. Awesome. Sometimes you can't get a full cover out of a 12 by 12 sheet, and there are ways around that, but this one we'll be able to do on the 12 by 12. So tune in next time, my friends, for another episode of bookbinding where we make the cover for this text block we've made. I will see you guys all later, and remember to subscribe. Bye!